calumny. In his own home, a man will even curse a king. One day, I was sitting with 2 or 3 of my friends, criticizing the people of a national organization. In our view, national workers should remain above selfishness and personal gain. True service to the nation can only be done by keeping a lofty and pure ideal in front. The behavior of some individuals had disturbed us, and at that moment, we were venting our frustration. Perhaps, if we were in the same situation, we would have fallen even lower, but at that time, we were seated in the position of thinkers, and when thinkers start becoming generous, who will deliver justice? It doesn't take long for a thinker to forget that he too has weaknesses, and the only difference between him and the accused is that either the great thinker didn't fall into that situation, or if he did, he skillfully escaped unscathed. Padma Devi said, Mr. K works with great enthusiasm, but if you look at the accounts, he won't have less than 1,000 rupees owed to him. Urmila said, well, K can be forgiven. He has children, after all. How else will he take care of them? When he is engaged in service work day and night, he should get something in return. A man of his ability wouldn't be available even for a 500 rupees salary. If he has spent 1,000 rupees in a year, it's not too much. Mr. KH is entirely carefree. No wife, no ties with God, but even he won't have less than 1,000 rupees. What right does anyone have to squander the poor's money on motor rides and feasts with friends? Shyama Devi spoke brazenly, Mr. G will have to answer for this, brother. He can't escape so easily. We collect money by begging, just so friends can have feasts, drink alcohol, and watch dance performances. Every day, there's a trip to the cinema. The poor's money isn't for being wasted like this. Here, every penny will have to be accounted for. I'll expose him in the assembly. Let him go work for any place that pays him 500 rupees. Plenty of servants of the nation will emerge. I had also served as a minister of this institution once. I am proud that no one ever made such allegations against me, but I don't know why people weren't satisfied with my tenure. People thought I gave too little time and that the institution didn't accomplish anything significant during my term. So, I resigned in anger. I was ousted even after staying spotless in that position. Mr. G is still clinging to that post after embezzling thousands. Isn't this enough reason for me to hold a grudge against him? Like a clever player, I didn't want to do anything myself, but I kept pulling the strings from behind the curtain. I set the tone, ladies, you are being unfair. Mr. G is braver and... Urmila interrupted me, saying, I don't call someone brave who secretly drinks alcohol bought with the public's money. We used to protest outside those liquor stores, and from those very shops, alcohol was bought for him. What could be more shameless than this? I call such a person a traitor to the nation. I pulled the strings further, but you also agree that Mr. G collects thousands in donations solely through his influence. He deserves as much credit for stopping foreign clothes as we can give him. Urmila Devi was not one to back down. She said, donations are given in the name of this institution. If he brings even a single penny personally, I'll accept it. As for foreign clothes, people worship names, and Mr. G is being praised. But to be honest, we should get the credit. He hasn't even been to a single shop. This is being discussed throughout the city. Wherever you go to ask for donations, people make the same accusations. How many mouths can you shut? You call yourselves servants of the nation, but your conduct wouldn't even match that of hooligans. The country's salvation can't be left in the hands of such hedonists. True sacrifice is needed for that. Such criticisms were going on when another woman came in. Bhagwati. Poor lady had gone to collect donations and was returning exhausted. Seeing the gathering here, she joined in. Her daughter, around 10 years old, was with her. The girl was always with her mother in these activities. She was very hungry. Bhagwati Devi had the keys to the house. Her husband must have returned from the office. The house needed to be opened. So, I offered to take the girl home. After walking some distance, the girl said, do you know, Mr. G drinks alcohol? I couldn't support this accusation. It didn't sit well with my envious nature to plant the poison of bitterness, malice, and intrigue in the innocent heart of a simple girl. Where tenderness, simplicity, trust, and sweetness should reign, who would want calumny and pettiness to take root? Who would hang a garland of thorns around a god's neck? I asked, who told you that Mr. G drinks alcohol? Well, he does. What do you know? How do you know? The whole city is saying it. The townspeople are lying. The girl looked at me with trusting eyes. Perhaps she thought I was also one of Mr. G's allies. Can you say that Mr. G doesn't drink? Yes, he never drinks. And Mr. K didn't squander the public's money? That's also untrue. And Mr. KH doesn't go on motor rides? Going for a ride isn't a crime. It's not a crime for kings, rich people, and officers who suck the blood of the people. But for those who claim to be patriots, it is a great crime. But think about it, how much they have to run around. How far can they walk on foot? They can use a rickshaw, can't they? This is no excuse. These people want to show off so that others think they are important people. Our institution is for the poor. Here, one should only sit in a car when absolutely necessary, and there should be no place for drinkers here. You don't go to ask for donations, do you? You have no idea how embarrassed we get. I said seriously, you should tell people this is completely wrong. We are well-wishers of this institution. It's not right for us to insult our workers. We should only look at how much they serve us. I'm not saying K, KH, and G are without faults. Who in the world is without faults? But against their faults, consider how many virtues they have. We all live for our own self-interest, build houses, buy property. If nothing else, we sleep comfortably at home. These poor souls, on the other hand, are immersed in concerns for the country's welfare day and night. All three of them returned from serving year-long prison sentences just a few months ago. Hospitals and libraries were opened due to their efforts. It was these heroes who, through movements, reduced the farmers' rent. If they wanted to drink and earn money, why would they come into this field? The girl looked at me thoughtfully, then said, "Tell me, does Mr. G drink alcohol or not?" I firmly said, "No. Anyone who says so is lying." We reached Bhagwati Devi's house. The girl went inside. Today, I was more pleased with myself for lying than I had ever been for telling the truth. I had saved an innocent girl's pure heart from falling into the mire of calumny.